So you want to be a truther, eh? You want to know things that are actually happening in the world and not all the stories that you hear about things that are happening in the world. Well, let me just warn you, prepare to make sacrifices, prepare to lose people out of your life, prepare to be judged, simply because you're willing to do your research. This is about them. Who are they? Now, you hear me mention this quite a bit in the episodes, but I don't really stress the them and the they. But we're really talking about the capstone to the pyramid. You hear me talk about the banking elite, and that is who is in the capstone of the pyramid. That's who's there. All they have to do is control the money, and you will do anything that they say. Because it's linked to everything. How do you eat? How do you get shelter? How do you do anything in this world without money? And I would say that in the order of authority and power, it would be the banking cartel families. Those who learned how to start and instill and enforce a fiat system. This is money that's not backed by anything. It's just paper certificates that we all agree on that have a value. But there's no limit to its quantity, and so therefore we cannot control its value. If that system, which is now referred to as the fractional reserve system, gives them power, they've got to control the country itself. And the famous Rothschild phrase is, I care not who makes their laws if I control the printing of their money. And they figured that out because of Granddaddy Rothschild in Germany was able to take over Germany by simply giving this Ponzi scheme to the royalty of Germany, and watched how utterly docile they became to him because they had to pay their troops to fight wars. And I've heard a whole list of family names that are as powerful and are in the same business as the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds simply were the most vocal. But I guarantee you, whoever they are, the mechanism by which they maintain control over us is a fiat currency system. So now let's wake up and let's be them for one split second, because this is important. Now, when you and I wake up, we wake up in this sense of chaos. What are you going to do today? Well, whatever you're able to do with the amount of money you have. But now let's say you wake up them. And you wake up with a phrase in your head that has been there for multiple years, perhaps since birth. I own this shit. I own the world. I own it. Because my family was smart. My family has better genes than everyone else's family. My great-great-granddad figured out the money exchange system. If I want to meet a world leader, I'll just make a phone call. And I won't go to them. They'll come to me. If I want any woman in the world, bring her to me. Bring him to me. Whatever. And whether or not that person wants it or not, they give it up. Now, they may be extremely civilized at the top. Who knows? Some of us that believe that at least the groups right below are not. So for those of you who are wanting me to make the point of how evil these people are at the top, I do believe that if a mortal man can get completely perverted looking at the internet and just constantly trying to come up with a pornographic video to outdo the previous one, you know, for those that can't maintain control over their minds, this reprehensible behavior becomes their standard, and all of a sudden they have sympathy. You know, the thing that you and I can't understand at all, they now have sympathy for those that do this. They try to find cliques where they're going to be safe to do it. Their sensibilities are completely distorted because they can do anything that they want. When you hear the stories of the Eyes Wide Shut parties, I would say that's child's play. When you start hearing about child sacrificing, now you're getting closer. Now you're getting closer to where they could be. I think you feel me. They really exist. And they exist at all levels of everything. Yes, there's banking cartel families that I believe are at the tippy top of the pyramid. How else do you control the world besides money? I can't control the world by promises. I have to affect your life if I'm going to control you. I have to give you money. Everyone has a price, is what they always say, right? And I think that man hates the idea that they have a price. But I have to say, your constitution would never be tested more than the day they show up at your doorstep and offer you money. And they simply say, how much do you need? And they all carry agendas. Almost all of them. So we're surrounded by their influence. In the end, I think, even if you can contribute to a single piece of truth being exposed to your friends and family or the world through whatever means you have necessary, you will have made the human race better by spreading this stuff out there. Anyhow, take care of yourself and someone else, and I will see you in the next Deep Thoughts. Over now.